Joining me now, the man himself, Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Carson, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You know, this is what everyone loves about you. You are a breath of fresh air. But sometimes, is anyone in the Trump camp saying that you're a little bit too honest? Okay. I mean, when you talk when you talk about Donald Trump having major defects and things like that, that's not typical endorsement speak.
Well, the fact of the matter is I am a very honest and plain-spoken person, and I don't think people have totally gotten used to that yet. But also recognize that I added after that, like we all are. We all are imperfect, but of course, certain of the media will just grab the first part of it and say, Carson says that Donald Trump has defects. That's what they do.
Right.
It doesn't work, obviously, on people who are well-informed, who read for themselves, but it's very effective for people who are superficial. And that's the reason that our founding fathers said that our freedom and our system is dependent on a well-informed and educated populace, because they knew that people who were superficial would be very easy to manipulate, and they knew that there would be people out there trying to manipulate them.
Dr. Carson, don't you find it intriguing that the more TV stations we have, the more social media we have, it feels like, to your point, perhaps the less educated a lot of folks out there voting are?
Yeah, they just look for the headlines, or they listen to what people say, and they don't investigate for themselves. This is problematic, and you know, if we don't make a change in this, and if we don't become more informed, I think our society is in huge trouble in the future.
You know, although I do hate the term low information voter, I heard that a lot in the last election cycle. You know, if someone doesn't read what you read, or you know, believe in what you believe, doesn't necessarily mean they're low information. I think that's a slight when I hear from one camp to another. That kind of bothers me. But I do want to ask, should the President of the United States have something special that the rest of us don't? Should he or she maybe just be held to a higher standard than the rest of us?
Oh, without question. You know, as I've articulated in the past, you know, anybody running for that office needs to have a lifetime of extreme accomplishment, not just an average person. And I think that should be one of the criteria that people should look at. What has this person accomplished? What odds have they had to face and to overcome? What have they done for the country itself that demonstrates that they're not a selfish person? You know, those are logical things, I think, for voters to look at. And if they looked at them, I think they would have an easier time making a decision, rather than just, you know, looking at personalities or, you know, things that the media thinks are important.